Hi everybody, today we're gonna read My Story by Paul Russell and Aska. Just because you can't spell doesn't mean you can't write. So what do you guys see on the cover of this book? I see a boy. And I see that the boy is holding a pencil. I see that the boy is holding a pencil. And I see that the boy, I think, might be thinking. And I see all these things surrounding the boy that are around on the cover. I see a UFO. I see an octopus. I see a rainbow. I see paper. So I wonder what all these things might be. The title says My Story. And maybe that's his story. I wonder what his story will be about. Is his story going to be about monsters and rainbows and UFOs and aliens? I wonder what his story is going to be about. What do you think his story is going to be about? Do you think it's going to have monsters and UFOs? Let's see. Let's read and find out what his story will be about. Let's see. My Story. Stories keep me awake at night, and counting sheep never helps because I know a grand adventure is always waiting for me and at the end of my pencil. So look, he's sleeping, he's in his bed, but stories keep him up at night. So he doesn't sleep, he stays, it's very hard for him to fall asleep. Because all these stories keep him up at night. And counting sheep never helps him. Because of all the great adventures that he can make by writing. So he's counting sheep, but that's not helping him go to sleep. Look, he's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 sheep. But that's not helping me. Oh, and then I see another one, 7, 8, 9. But I see this sheep has a jetpack on. And and it's going very fast. Super, super duper fast. And then I see a pencil. So look, he's thinking what his next story is going to be about. So he's thinking and thinking and thinking. So he's trying to go to sleep and he's counting sheep. But that's not helping him at all because he can't go to sleep. He's not able to go to sleep. He's not able to go to sleep. He's not able to sleep. He's thinking of all the stories that he can create. He's thinking of all the wonderful stories that he can create with his pencil. Look, this sheep has glasses on. This sheep has a jetpack on. So he's using his imagination. Let's see what story he's going to create. I wonder what his story will have. Let's see what his story will be about. Let's see. I love to write stories about dragons laying rainbow eggs in the bottom of Grandma's garden, or my teacher being eaten by a gruesome org. So he likes to write different types of stories. So he likes to write stories about dragons laying rainbow eggs at the bottom of Grandma's garden. So he likes to write stories about dragons that are laying rainbow eggs. So look, the dragon's red and it's laying a rainbow egg. Look, it has wings, it's red, and it's laying an egg. And then he also likes to write stories about his teacher being eaten up. Look, so he likes to make another story about his teacher being eaten up. So he's using his imagination to create all these different stories. Do you guys like to create your own stories? What are your stories about? What types of stories do you create? Do you guys create stories about monsters? Do you guys create stories about dragons? What's in your stories? Are your stories similar to the boys' stories, or are they different? The boy likes to have some dragons and monsters. He's using his imagination and he's creating different types of stories. Let's see what else he's going to create next. I wonder what he's going to create next. Let's see. I really don't care what I write about. I love writing about unicorns or detectives, robots or aliens, pirates or volcanoes, or even unicorn detectives chasing robotic pirates up alien volcanoes. I just love to write. So look, he likes to write. He loves writing. He loves creating stories. He loves using his imagination to create different types of stories. Look, so he loves writing about unicorns or detectives or robots or alien pirates or volcanoes or even unicorn detectives or unicorns are detectives. He likes to write about robots, of robotic pirates, robots that are pirates, of volcanoes erupting. Look, so unicorns are detectives, robots that are pirates, erupting volcanoes. So he likes to write stories about all of these things. Look, so he likes to write. He likes to have unicorns in stories, detectives, volcanoes, robots that are pirates, pirate flag, pirate ships. He has a great imagination. Look how many things he's writing about in his story. He's using so many different things. Let's see what else he's going to use in his story. Let's see what else he's going to write about. Let's see. Each evening, my floor is flooded with notes from my stories, and every morning my mother has to wade through a paper ocean to wake me up. So look, he likes to write so many stories. He likes to write stories and stories and stories. He likes to write so many stories. His stories are endless. He likes to write so many different types of stories. So when he goes to sleep, he leaves so many papers on the floor that when his mom is trying to get into his room, there's so many papers. So it's like an ocean of papers. So when his mom wants to come into his room in the morning to wake him up, there's so many papers all over the floor. It's like an ocean of papers. Look how many papers are on his floor. Those are so many papers. But those are all papers for the stories he wants to create. So I wonder what's gonna be in his next story. What type of story is he going to have next? What type of story do you think he's going to make next? Do you think it's gonna have dragons and unicorns? Let's see what his next story will have. Let's see. What would you, if you were to create a story, what would you put in your story? What things would you add in your story? Let's see what else the boy adds. But at school, there are too many writing rules. And with all the rules, I can never find my dragons. So in school, there's so many writing rules because he has to follow what the teacher says in school. So sometimes the teacher doesn't want him to write about dragons or pirates or monsters. Sometimes in school he has to write about a specific topic. And it's hard because he likes to write about dragons and pirates and ships. Those are his favorite things, but in school, he's not able to use them all the time. But let's see what type of story he might write in school. Let's see. Teachers cover my writing with red pen and change things to mean something different. What I wanted. Different to what I wanted. Wrong. So when he's in school, when you're in school, the teacher corrects your writing. She fixes the spelling. So here, look. The boy wrote the word my with M and I, but that's not correct. He had to write M and Y, so this is correct. Not M and I. So the teacher put a line across it because it's wrong. Or the word what? It's W-H-A-T, not W-O-T. So the boy spelled the words wrong. The words that have a red line through them, the boy spelled them wrong. And the teacher fixed it. She wrote the word wrong because these words are spelled wrong. But the boy doesn't like when the teacher does that because he likes to create his story and add writing however he wants. So sometimes he gets a little sad. Let's see what the boy does next. At school, I don't like to write. So look, at school, he doesn't like to write. The boy doesn't like to write when he's in school because the teacher corrects his writing. So look, the teacher is correcting his writing again. So he forgot the apostrophe and don't, and he forgot to write the W and write. Right, when he forgot to write the W in the word right. So look, he wrote R-I-T-E. He forgot the W and the teacher added the W. So he doesn't like writing in school. He doesn't like creating stories in school because the teacher is correcting his writing. And the boy doesn't like that. Look, he feels sad. He likes to write his stories his own way with his own writing and his own spelling. So when he's home, he likes to create his own stories. But when he's at school, he doesn't like to write. He doesn't like to create his own stories because the teacher always corrects his writing. And then the teacher doesn't like when he has dragons and pirates in his story. He has to listen to what the teacher wants the story to be about. So in school, he doesn't like to write. So let's see what the boy does next. Is he going to stop writing stories? What do you guys think? Do you think the boy is going to stop writing stories? Or do you think the boy is going to continue writing stories? What do you think the boy's going to do next? Let's see what boy does next. On Tuesday, a new teacher arrived at my school. My name is Mr. Watson, and his shirts are as loud as he is. He carries an enormous suitcase full of odd things. So look, on Tuesday, a new teacher comes. So on Tuesday, this is a new teacher came to school, and his name is Mr. Watson. So I wonder where the other teacher went. So this is Mr. Watson. And he has an enormous suitcase. He has an enormous suitcase with different things in his suitcase. He has different types of things in his suitcase. What do you guys see in his suitcase? What are some things he has? I see he has a slingy. I think he has He has some little balls over here. I think he has a yo-yo. He has some sort of rope. So he has so many different things.